professoressa di italiano.
This is Italy by Farah Asghar. This is Italy for me, where I like to be. Sunny day, beautiful beaches, deep blue sea. It is, of course, Italy. The kindest people you will meet provide you with everything you need. Visit many towns and castles where Roman soldiers drank their beer. Well-preserved places you will find, far and near. The gentle rural countryside of Tuscany, the vineyards and olive trees, lakes and mountains to explore. Who could ask for more? Lots of fun day and night. This is Italy. When it is time to travel home, you make a promise to return soon. This is Italy. This is Italy for me.
Folks, we finally got a headline. Newsy's crushed as bulls attack. Scratchy's calling me. Crimp's just too damn slow.
Люблю свою маму. Я очень люблю свою маму. Она добрая, красивая и заботливая. За помощью я всегда обращаюсь к маме. Я очень люблю свою маму.
And the English translation, how I love my mum. I love my mum very much. She is kind, beautiful. I want my mum never to hurt and for her face always to have a smile. Mum is the first and most important word in every family. For me, she is the best in the whole world. For me, my mum is everything. What can I say about my mum except kind words? Thank you.
navuyeyo muri Kongo nje n'umubyeyi wanje ariwe nyogokuru wanje n'abavandimwe nuko tuva muri Kongo tuja i Burundi mu nkambi yitwa Imwaro nuko turahatura igihe kirekire. Icyo gihe narigaga navuye niga mu wa kane primaire noneho baza kutubwira ko tugiye kwimukira.
The story of my life. My name is Jean Yamaturutwa. I'm from Yamarenge in Congo. That's where I was born. I'm Congolese. My parents were born in Congo. I left when I was young, but I remember bits about it. I left on the 2nd of September 2004 with my grandma and my brother. We left Congo and went to somewhere called Burundi. We went to a refugee camp called Mwaro. We lived there a long time. During that time, I was a student. I then left that camp when I was in year 4 and went to another refugee camp called Ryugi. People didn't want to live in Ryugi. They wanted to stay in Mwaro because they liked it there and they were used to it. But we left in a war as they were shooting us down with guns and hitting us with rocks. It was very hard. But we left. We left on the 1st of September 2009 and went to Ryugi. We left there for a long time and I started school again. Life was very hard. They gave us food, clothes, blankets to sleep on and other necessities. During that time, we received a letter telling us that we were going to England. It wasn't very long and we started giving statements and talking about ourselves and our problems. They told us about England in general. It wasn't very long before we got another letter telling us that we were accepted and we were going to England. When we left Ryugi and went to Bujumbura, we rested in a hotel. We spent a few days there and then we left in an aeroplane to England. We got here on the 10th of February 2015. When we were told we were coming here, we were very happy. And when we got here, we were even happier. If you look at life here and in Africa, it's totally not the same. Here I eat, drink, and wear nice clothes. What I was especially happy about when I got here was that at the school the teachers were very nice and kind to me, and other people were nice to me as well. That made me very happy. Thank you to all the people who will read and hear this story, and God bless everyone who hears this story.
Dziękuję, kochani. Ty mnie wspierasz i pomagasz mi w codziennym życiu. I za to Ciebie bardzo cenię, chociaż nie zawsze umiem Ci to okazać? Jesteś moją prawdziwą i jedyną miłością i kocham Ciebie bardzo. Kocham Twój uśmiech, Twój głos, kocham zasypiać w Twych ramionach. Wtedy czuję się bezpiecznie. I mimo trudnych dni, jakie były między nami i słów niepotrzebnych, ja zawsze Ciebie kochałam i nigdy nie przestanę. Wierzę w to, że będziemy zawsze szczęśliwi. Może spełnisz jeszcze jedno moje marzenie, najważniejsze, Twoja Kasia.
Do you remember our first meeting? It was the best day for me. Your smile, your looks, your touch made me fall in love with you. But I was afraid to give you my heart, to not let you hurt me. Today I know that you will never let me be hurt and will always help me. It was you whom I could count on when I was sick, when the days were not making sense to me anymore and I was losing hope of recovery from my illness. It was you who looked after me then. Thank you. It was you who fulfilled my dream of leaving my city. You brought me here to the United Kingdom, and although the beginning was difficult for us, I'm grateful for that. Thank you, darling. You are supporting and helping me now in everyday life, and for all that I really appreciate you, although I do not always show it to you. You are my true and only love, and I love you very much. I love your smile, your voice. I love falling asleep in your arms, then I feel safe. Despite the difficult days that have been between us and some unnecessary spoken words, I have always loved you and I will never stop. I believe that we will always be happy. And maybe one day you will fulfill another dream of mine, the most important one. Your Kasia.
Com certeza Deus me quer aqui, porque eu sinto como se fosse a minha casa. Minha vida nunca teve sentido antes de Jesus, mas agora a única pessoa que me dá paz, alegria e felicidade é Deus. Para terminar, eu quero dizer, Deus é a melhor coisa que pode ter acontecido na minha vida. Eu quero deixar um versículo que Ele sempre me deu, Efésios 3:20. Ora, aquele que é poderoso para fazer muito mais daquilo que pedimos ou pensamos.
My testament, written in Brazilian Portuguese and translated by Maria. Before I became an Anglican, my heart was empty. Nothing could give me joy. Sometimes I could feel happy, but afterwards I would start looking again for something that could make me joyful. Then, when Jesus came into my life, I opened my heart and everything changed. I found the peace I was looking for. God always had a plan for me, but I didn't know. I had been asking him to change my life for 10 years. And one day, my pastor asked me, why don't you go to Bolton in England? Because in Bolton, there is a Brazilian church and also a Brazilian school. After I had this conversation, I went home and told my mother, who agreed with me. Bolton is the place. It gives me freedom. Here I started my life again. God put a lot of people here to help me. He gave me a job, a house, and joy. I have been in Bolton for 13 years, and I am certain God wanted me here because in Bolton it feels like home. My life never made sense before Jesus, but now I know the only one who can give me peace, joy, and happiness is God. To finish, I would like to say God is the best thing that could have happened to my life. I want to give one verse that God has always showed me, Ephesians 3:20. With God's power working in us, God can do much, much more than anything we can ask or imagine.
An awkward girl with her guitar, keeping to herself, Friday nights alone, with a record on her shelf, a waitress pouring ginger ale and coke. Someone you'd ask that.
Posso zic că fiecare lacrimă m-a ambiționat să fiu puternică și să arăt că nu contează de unde ești sau din ce țară provii. Să sau cele legi urmezi. Toți suntem la fel. Contează să ai inimă mare și un suflet bun. Și vreau să spun că am fost așteptată în liniște.
The first days for me at Ladybridge were a nightmare. I didn't feel I could fit in. I didn't feel accepted by anyone. I remember at the end of each school day, I used to come home smiling and pretending everything was fine because I did not want to upset my parents, and then hiding in my room crying. But every single tear made me stronger and more determined not to give up. I started to hate everybody and did not want to speak to anyone, but despite all of this, I wanted to prove that I could learn another language and also that I could integrate into this school. I wanted to prove that it is not important which part of the world you come from or what religion you follow. We are all human beings and we deserve the same chances in life. I am very grateful to some of my lovely teachers, such as Miss Delaney and Miss Walmsley, who have supported me all the way. And now I am really happy, as I have managed to make lots of new friends and have big hopes for a bright future. My message is that if you carry on working hard, you will succeed, and all of your dreams will come true.
Sot kam dëshirë të lexoj pak fjalë për shoqërinë time, për disa që i dua dhe për disa që më kanë shkruar një mirë. Shoqëria është shumë e bukur kur ajo është e sinqertë. Ndonjëherë kemi nevojë të bisedojmë dhe të shprehim shumë gjëra që do ishte vështirë të diskutojmë me familjet tona. Është e bukur jeta kur pranë vetes ke njerëz të mirë, por ndonjëherë
Friendship by Fraser Perry. Today I would like to read out a few words about friendship and about those who I love and those who disappoint me. Friendship is most beautiful when it is sincere. Sometimes we need it to express or discuss things that we cannot share with our family. How beautiful is life when you have good people close to you. But sometimes we get disappointed when people do not return our love. It is really very bad when you realise too late that a friendship is full of hatred. Then, laughter and the beautiful moments which we have spent together quickly disappear. How bitter and painful it is when your faith and sincerity are not returned. Not everyone is the same. We have good friends in our lives who make us happy, who are a pleasure, and as long as we are together, we don't miss our family abroad. I would like to thank my best friends for the time that they devoted to difficult moments. They have helped me both to overcome the bad things by being there and to have the courage to move forward and forget the worst times. Loving people are very important in my life. Without them, I am empty. I love them so much. They deserve my love and I thank God for them.
Olá, sou Octagon Cristóvão. Tenho 16 anos de idade. Nasci em Angola. Estou em UK porque posso me formar melhor aqui. Estou em UK com a minha tia. Vim aqui para falar de que a minha mãe faz por crianças necessitadas, crianças pobres em Angola. Eu e a minha mãe sempre gostamos de ajudar as crianças pobres. Sempre que passava alguém na rua a pedir comida, dávamos, porque sabíamos que eles precisavam mais do que nós. A minha mãe...
I am Tuka Eureka Bernardo Cristova. I am 16 years old and I was born in Angola. I am in the UK because here I can have a better education and a better future. I am here with my aunt. I came here tonight to speak about what my mother does for poor people in Angola. My mother and I always like to help poor people. There's always someone in the streets asking for food and we give it to them. It's the same even if we only have a little food ourselves because we know that they need it more than us. My mum and my sister found a church far from town. It was a villa in disrepair. One Sunday, my mother went to church with me and we came across a lot of poor children. She stopped the car to speak to them. One little girl dressed only in a pair of knickers asked her for food. Further along the road, there were 3 little boys. They just said that they were really hungry, and so my mum came back to the car to see if she had any food. She only had a cookie, but she shared it between the 3 boys. When she had given it to them, I noticed how happy they were with this small gift. The children go to school without breakfast, and when they go home, they don't know if they will have food or not. I was very, very sad. When we got home, I spoke to my mum, who was sad. I asked her why she was sad. She said it was because she only had one cookie and couldn't help the children very much. I asked her again if that was all. The children were happy with the cookie. I didn't understand. But after a short time, I saw how it is very, very good to treat people well when they ask, without expecting to receive anything in return. About a month later, I joined an association called Where is the Love? This association goes around the streets to give food to the poor and the homeless. It goes to temporary hospitals, public hospitals, to give food and to make sick children and orphans happy. My mother also decided to create part of the church for the children. She decided to give them Bible classes and teach them basic skills and manners. At the end of the class, she gave them a snack. At first, only those 3 boys came. Now my mum has 70 to 80 children, and she doesn't have enough space for them. Every Sunday, my mother gives them breakfast, and when there is a bank holiday, she takes all the children for a walk and gives each one a small gift and organises a small party where they have sugar, milk, rice, oil and clothes to take home to their families.
Az iskolában már sokszor úgy címkéztetni félig vagy csöndes. Ezt sokszor lehetett hallani a többi diákoktól, tanároktól és néha idegenektől is. Olyan sokszor hallottam ezt, hogy már úgy éreztem, ez olyas valami, ami örökké fog tartani az életemben. De nem hittem, hogy a félénkség vagy csöndesség nekem való. Tudtam, valahol sokkal több van számomra, mint a legtöbb ember látná. Mindenki úgy ismer, mint egy szégyellős lány, aki soha nem fog felemelkedni, de én többet akartam. Mindig is szégyellős voltam. 3 kulcsfontosságú pillanatokban.
Shyness by Valentina Jovanovic. At school, many times I have been labelled as shy or quiet. I've heard that from other students, from teachers, and sometimes from strangers too. I heard it so many times I thought it was something that would stay like that for the rest of my life. But I refused to believe that shyness or quietness was for me. I knew that there was way more to me than that, than most people could see. Everybody knew me as a shy girl who wasn't going to rise up or achieve anything, but I wanted more. At my own school, I had never raised my hand to answer questions unless I was feeling completely comfortable. I had a hard time because I didn't want to leave a negative impression. People tend to think that a person who is shy or bashful is quiet too. That isn't true in my case. As many know, I like to talk and share. My shyness doesn't mean that I am not the right person to participate or that I am not helpful or talented. It means rather that at difficult times I retreat inside me. The first time I step into a talking situation, I usually have a hard time until I start to feel comfortable with the environment. But I am going to solve this problem and I won't let it prevent me from taking part in talking. A person tends to be anxious in a new situation, and that is true about me as well. If you don't fit into the group, it can be damaging for your identity. Shyness or social phobia is a common personality trait of people who feel nervous or anxious when they are together with strangers. I've got friends that are laughing in disbelief when I tell them that I am shy. They can't believe the girl they know can be bashful or quiet. Some people tend to think that a shy person is introverted and doesn't like others, but as you can see, I am not introverted. Introverts are trying to avoid people because they prefer being alone. Shy people only try to avoid social interactions because of their anxiety. I like to talk to others, but sometimes I lack bravery. We should not consider shyness as a negative quality. It is a lack of self-confidence for interacting with others. Maybe they lack confidence and think that others judge them as disadvantaged. Because of this, shy people tend to worry about what others may think about them, and they allow negative beliefs to influence their thoughts and actions. A shy person genuinely wants to have friends and a social life, but there is a hurdle that holds them back from achieving this goal. That is why I thought it is important to share my story, to overcome my shyness and to speak up. I've been deprived of my voice for a long time because I have cared too much about criticism, what others think about me. I am taking back my voice now. I have realised that I have to stand up and can't let this barrier hold me back. We have only one life. I advise you to dig deep in all your relationships. Don't be afraid to speak and show the world what you have got inside you. These are the two most important lessons I have learned in my life.